Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing a get ready with me, and it's a fun get ready with me. We have something new to try. So this is the look we're going to be creating. Super fun, pastel, dreamy kind of look. It's quite dramatic but still pastel and dreamy, and a very springy, summery kind of look. I know it's summer now. It's raining out as I'm speaking right now, so I'm just trying to keep myself in the vibe of summer. I've got my nice summery tops on, but I can't wear them out because there's no sun, because it's Ireland. Anywho, today we're also going to be playing with, I just have them out because I just used them, but I'll show you at the beginning of the tutorial what they look like in the packaging. These are the Kash Beauty brush set. I think they were like 79 or 73 euro or something like that. I had a discount code of a friend of mine, so I used that to get money off. But they're very nice. I'm going to be using them in this video, and you get to see 10 out of 12 brushes. Is it 12? Or 10 out of 11. I don't know. I didn't use the foundation brush because I used a beauty blender instead, and I didn't use the little liner brush because I didn't do any little liner. So I used everything else though, so we get to actually have a good go and see how we get on. But I will use the other brushes in looks in the future so you can see. I'm really liking them so far though, so you'll find that out as we go, and that they work really well. I think they work beautifully, and I created this beautiful look with them. So if you want to see any up close pictures of this look, my Instagram is linked down below. I do up close pictures of the eye and full face pictures of the face, and I post that sometime after the video goes live. I don't know exactly when it's going to go up because I have a big backlog of stuff because I am currently back to work, which I will talk about in this video. And also don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos like it. It's the best way to give me a little bit of support as well, because it just gives me a boost. It gets my numbers up. It lets YouTube know that you guys actually want to see my videos. So please hit subscribe down below. So let's get on to this. Get ready with me and the brushes. Alrighty guys, so let's get straight in. I have just popped moisturizer and a little bit of primer on my face. I use the Rouge and Fig Satin Soft Blurring Primer. I got it in a glossy box, so I've just used that. And I'm very excited. We're going to use the Kash Beauty brush set. I think that's all it's really called. And it comes in this really nice leather bag, so great for travel. And I can't wait. They feel so soft. So in the set you get 12 brushes. They all have dark hair, which I quite like because then it doesn't look like they're stained like the white brushes tend to be. They don't have like any particular name, like that's not particularly called a foundation brush, but I might use it for foundation, or will I? I don't know. I'll have to see. I don't know if the foundation I'm using right now is something I want to use with a brush. I'll have to check. Mix of eye brushes, face brushes. There's like 3 different blending brushes, flat brushes, little smudgy brushes. There's a double-ended angle brush with a spoolie on the end, which is nice. I'm not a big fan of double-ended brushes, but if it's going to be just a spoolie on the end, I don't mind, because if you put them in any container it can warp the brushes, but because it's just a spoolie on the end, I don't really mind. This guy here I'm very excited about. I'll probably use my highlighter, this for highlighter, so I'm very excited. Let's start with the face. So I'm going to use the Zoeva Authentic Skin in the shade 020C. Amazing, because they all have names as well, but that's the shade I am. I'm an NC10 normally is what I gauge by when I'm buying foundation, so if you're an NC10 this is like a bang on match. But I'm going to use my beauty blender to actually apply it, because I just want to apply this with the combination of this primer that I've used and this. I think will just be a little bit better with a beauty blender rather than with a brush. I don't want anything to go wrong and then think it's the brushes or anything like that, so I'll use the brush in a future video and maybe let you guys know. But I'm just so excited to get into these. So as of right now I am back in work. My uploading schedule has gone to crap because I am too tired. I literally sometimes start editing and fall asleep whilst editing. So, and it's not because I'm up really late. It could be like 10 at night and I just end up falling asleep because I'm just tired, because I haven't worked in like 5 months, I think it is. So this foundation I would say is probably like a medium coverage, because you can kind of still see through it a little bit, but to me it's like perfect because I can add my concealer, which I always do anyway. It does cover the redness quite well though, probably because it's more of a yellow toned colour that I have. I also want to mention that I am back on work, because some videos that I upload I'll probably say that I'm not back on work because I pre-filmed a lot of them just while I was off. I just kept filming as much as I felt like it, and yeah, I am back on work as of now. As of the like middle of May I was back on work. If videos aren't going up every Wednesday and Saturday, then that is why. Not that they always went up on a Wednesday and Saturday, but I am trying to still get 2 videos up a week if I can. Instagram as well has kind of been difficult because I'm tired and I don't always get all my pictures edited when I'm putting my videos up, so then I have to go back and edit them. I say edit, it's like crop and just brighten them a little bit. That's kind of all I really do to them. If I have a massive blemish that is very distracting, I will cover it or like blur it out. but I like texture. I like seeing pores. If you zoom into my Instagram pictures, you'll see skin. Okay, I look like a ghost, but that's fine. We will get more colour back in the face in a minute. I don't know if this concealer is going to be a bit too deep for me, but hey ho. I'll put it on and I'll just use a lighter one over top if I need to. This is the Collection Cosmetics Lasting Perfection Concealer in the shade Fair 5. This one here might just be a little bit deep, but as I blend it in, it might be okay. Sometimes they go on really peach looking for some reason, but once I've started blending them, they're fine. And I always use my fingers, in case anyone wants to know. I always use my fingers for concealer. I just get the best coverage out of it. I don't use the sponge. So the concealer is actually blending in good with the face. It's just under the eyes. I just want to be a little bit brighter, so I will use another concealer. I might use my NARS one because that's nice and bright. Okay, so now I can start using the brushes. So I'm going to use this one here. This is the K01. It's a big, like, tulip shaped kind of powder brush. You can use it for bronzer, which I might do as well. I'm not sure, but I'm definitely going to use it for, look at the bounce. Look at the bounce. Oh, yeah, it's, oh my god, it's so soft. I'm so excited. I'm going to use my MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in Light. It's the lightest shade. And we're just going to set that. It feels like nothing on my face. I have watched Wandavision. I'm not finished it currently. I was actually watching an episode just a few minutes ago. I'm on like episode 7 or 8. 7, I think. 7. It's where all the stuff is starting to be revealed. And yeah, I'm excited. It was actually really enjoyable. I know everyone said it's like, oh, it's a bit weird at the beginning. I really enjoyed it though. I really liked how it was done. So then after that I will move on to Falcon and the Winter Soldier, which is actually the one I was even more excited about because Captain America's my boy and it's kind of a show based around his legacy. So plus I love Falcon and Winter Soldier in the same room together. I think they're hilarious. So okay, I'm gonna do my brows off camera just because that's really boring and you know, everyone's brow is going to fit their own face. So yeah, I don't do anything fancy with my brow, but I am going to use my Benefit Brow Gel in the shade number 2 because my roots are kind of growing in a little bit more and I think I can get away with this a bit better now. So yeah, let me do that off camera and I'll be back in a sec. Alrighty, so brows are on and I have popped on my eyeshadow primer as well just because that's also boring. So I just used my MAC Prep and Prime 24 Hour Extend Eye Base because I like very nearly finished it and I do have a fresh one, so I want to get through it. So we're going to go fun, colourful, soft-ish. I mean, soft for me might not be actually soft, but these are the kind of colours I want to use. It's going to be mostly the purpley tones and then the peachy tones, but this one here is like a duochrome, so in some lights it looks a little bit kind of peachy pink and then in the other lights it has a reflect of like a bluey purple. So I think that'll be a nice little combo and I just want to do it. It's a face chart I did ages ago and I want to do it, so that's what we're doing. I think I'm going to start with this one here. This is a K07, which is like a pinched fluffy brush, and I'm going to use that for my deeper shade in the crease. And for my deeper shade in the crease I'm going to use Colourpop's 143, which is this beautiful like magenta purple shade. Picking up a little bit. I was told that these brushes pick up really well, and I mean I wasn't swirling, I just did that. And this is going to go on the outer corner. Just going to press it on first and then start swirling it through the kind of outer half of the crease. Now bear in mind, I don't set my primer on my eyes. I like it to stay tacky. Bringing a little bit of it onto the lid, just a little bit, nothing too crazy. I'm just going to have it taper through the crease a little bit. I'm kind of using it on the flat side of the brush to get through the crease, but then when I'm getting out here I'm turning on its side so I have a bit more fluffiness. Don't worry too much about the blend right at the edge because I want to use my other shade for that, my other purple. I just want to get the impact in. Anyone else, like when they put shadow on, see little hairs that they missed? It's very annoying. And I don't even mind like having ungroomed brows. That doesn't bother me too much. It's actually just for photos it annoys me because in photos I can see them and it really bothers me. Okay, so then I'm going to take my biggest fluffy brush. This is a K06, so it's nice and big and soft and fluffy. I'm going to go into Makeup Geek's shade in Hopscotch, which is this gorgeous lavender shade. These are like the old Makeup Geek shadows. They have changed their packaging and some of their colours, but I have a whole collection of the old ones and I want to use them. So, but this is more of a cooler toned purple, where the other one was quite a berry pinky kind of tone. So I think you get a nice balance between the two if I use both. And I'm just going to start like really softly popping that through the edge of that other purple just to help soften it and blend it because it is lighter. And I want this like purple to be quite prominent as well, so just making sure the blend is nice and you get a nice balance between both. And then I can always add a little bit more of that more berry tone, especially around here. And just make sure your blend is all lovely. I'm getting this most beautiful blend off of these colours, but I think it's the brush. I mean, that's what I think it is anyway. Trying not to go too heavy in here, like it's kind of going in there a little bit, but trying not to go too crazy because I do want to put the peachy kind of shade in there. Then going in with the smallest blending brush, this is a K08, so that is the size difference. That's the one we just used, and then this is the one I'm going to use now. Great for like crease work, detail kind of work on the outer corner. It's a little bit stiffer but still quite soft and blending. And then I'm going to go in with Makeup Geek's eyeshadow in the shade Tuscan Sun, which is this gorgeous like peachy terracotta kind of shade. It's a weird colour combo, but it came out of my head, so, and it looked good in face chart, so let's try it and see. I'm going to take that on this inner corner in here, just like the inner crease. Again, I don't want it to be like deep, I just want the colour to be strongest in the crease and then fade upwards. And it'll blend nicely into those purpley shades. This is way more dramatic than my face chart, but sure luck. Just realised I'm supposed to be doing a step-by-step for TikTok, but sure luck, I forgot, and that's fine. It's okay, I have some footage for the beginning and I'll have footage at the end. It's so funny, whenever I take pictures, this eyeshadow photographs better, but this eyebrow always looks better. You just can't win. Let's go into the lower lash line. So I'm going to kind of repeat what I did, and I'm going to use this guy here, which is a K10, which is this really nice, soft, flat, quite stiff kind of brush, but still has a little bit of give in it. Oh my god, this is like a beautiful brush for the lower lash line and the inner corner, but I'm using it for my lower lash line. So I'm going to take 134 from Colourpop, so that purpley magenta shade. Just taking a little bit at a time, and we're going to go in to the outer half, kind of like what we did on top. Also make sure you connect it on the outer corner. This is a beautiful size brush for the lower lash line. Also with these brushes, they kind of get thinner as they go. They're very satisfying to hold. They're almost like a paintbrush. So like you can particularly see it in the bigger brushes. So they taper, they're quite thick here, so you can get a good grip on them up here if you need to for control. But then if you want to go wispy, you can go, oh yeah. As a makeup artist, I find that very satisfying. I'm just going to clean that same small little brush off so that there's no purpley tone left on it. I'm going to go into Tuscan Sun, which is that terracotta shade. I will blend the lower lash line out in a second, but I want to get my two shades down first. And we're going to go in with that on the inner part of the eye. This is quite a universal tone for most eyes as well, just if you wanted reference. So the kind of, this peachy shade that I'm using right now is great for blue eyes. The berry magenta shade is great for green eyes. And then that cool toned lavender shade is beautiful on brown eyes. So we all fit. We all fit. Grey eyes can get away with most things. Hazel eyes could lean kind of that goldy shade, which goes really nice with that lilac-y shade, or they can go on the greeny side of hazel. So, you know, it just depends. We all fit. We all fit. Just kind of blending in between those two shades as well. Then I'm going to take that pinched kind of brush, so the one that is a little bit pinched, it's the K07. I'm going to clean that off really well because I want to use that instead of the big fluffy brush, just so I have a bit more control for the lower lash line. Not that this is going to be not blown down really far, I just want to have a bit more control, and I like the pinchness of this because it's kind of, I can use it on the flat side to get in there. So I'm going to take Hopscotch again, the lavender shade, and then just along the edge, kind of like what we did on top, we're just going to go in and blend that out. And I'm going to try and not go too close to the peach if I can help it, but if it happens, it happens. Just because this has quite a bluey tone with this purple, but the peach will contrast that. I don't want it to go too muddy. So I'm going to try and focus it just on the outside, and then I will blend the peach on its own. And then I'm going to go in with the fluffy brush that I used for the peachy shade, so the smaller one, the K08. I'm going to pick up a little dab at a time with that, and then we're just going to go in and blend out the edge in here. I really like this brush. This is probably... ooh, I don't know. I really like the big fluffy brush, and I really like this size brush. Okay, so I'm going to go on to Shimmer, and I'm very excited to use this shimmer because I don't think I've actually used this on camera. Maybe I have, but I can't remember if I did. Search it, just search. It's the Colourpop Earth Shine shadow. It's a duochrome. I know I've swatched it on camera, but I don't know if I've actually used it on camera. I've used it in real life, just not on camera, I don't think. So I'm going to use my NYX Glitter Primer, and we're going to pop that on. I'm going to just use my finger because I want to use the brush as it is. So I'm just going to take a little bit of that and just press that on. Always use glitter primer You don't have to. I always do because it's not even like, oh, to make the shadows perform really well. It's actually more, I prefer how the shadows apply when I use it. I don't get as much fall down. I get a much smoother application. I don't feel like I'm using as much shadow. Plus it does help them look really, really cool. So, Earth Shine from Colourpop. We're going to take that on a K09. So it's the flat brush. It's going to be really good for cut creases. But we're not doing that today. We're just going in for a normal eye, kinda. Normal for me anyway. We're just going to pop that shade onto the lid. Ooh, can you see that? No, not really. I can see it. This could be used as a topper, this shade, but when you use a glitter primer, you can really get the impact in. It does, like the base of the shade kind of blends into my own natural skin tone. But once I have the light, you get that really wet blue look. This brush is nice. There's not as much give to it as some of my other flat brushes, but then I also have flat brushes that have even less give than this one. So it's just whatever you feel like using, whatever will work for your look. I always like as well, especially with these kind of topper sort of style shadows, take a little bit on my finger as well. And just make sure you have everywhere covered, because it can be kind of hard with a topper shade. Oh, I'm really liking that. That's very pretty. Have you guys been up to much? Anything new, exciting in your life? Anything fun? Anything you're watching? Anything, any new makeup you're playing with? I don't know. Let me know all down below. Even though I do have a few regular commenters, I know that's not a big deal to a lot of people. That's a big deal to me. And I always recognize the regular commenters. Just going to take a little dab of that darker purple again on the brush that we use for the darker purple. Just blend in here just to make sure we have a nice fade going on. Especially with glitter primer, when you use it, sometimes you get this like edge out here. So it's just to help get rid of that. So now, final little step before I jump off, I'm going to go in with my... This is a liquid crystal shadow from Beauty Bay. It's a Beauty Bay brand, and this is Opal. It's like a pink with like a bluey kind of reflect off, so I think that'll be perfect. And I'm gonna clean off my little brush that I use for my lower lash line. I'm gonna take a little bit of that, and this is gonna just go on the inner corner. This is so twinkly and pretty, and I'm just gonna kind of dab it on that inner corner. It has like slightly thicker bits of sparkle in it as well, so it really hits the light nicely. Okay, and then the actual last little step is I'm going to use my NYX Epic Wear liner stick in the shade Pure White. It's just a white liner stick. I was going to use Prance from Colourpop, but it's actually dried up on me, so can't use that, and I don't think they do it anymore, so that's very sad. But just popping that in my waterline. I look really weird with just like one side more finished than the other, but I'm going to jump off. I'm going to do some mascara, pair of lashes. I'll come back, we'll do cheeks and we'll do lips together and see how it all turns out. Okay, so lashes are on. My mascara was my Clinique Lash Power Mascara. I've already put it in my bag because I'm staying with my boyfriend tonight, so I'm going to need that with me, but that's what I use. And then for my lashes, ooh, they are the LA Splash Dauntless lashes in the style Stunner. I need to get a new pair because they're starting to fall apart, but I've had like 20 uses out of these. So I am going to do my bronzer now, and I'm going to use my Fenty In The Sun bronzer, one of my faves, if not my fave. And I have 3 different face brushes apart from the foundation and the powder brush, but I do want to try this one here. This is the K04, so it's like bigger. It's like a bigger version of this little one, but I'm going to use this one for highlighter. A little bit bigger, and I'm going to try it. I'm just going to see how it goes. I don't know how it's going to go, but we're going to see. It's just starting kind of in the hollows of the cheeks and then work upwards to get a bit more of a bronzy effect. Make sure you blend right back into the hairline. And this will just add a little bit of warmth, a little bit of colour back to the face, especially since I'm extra pale apparently, because we haven't had sun in so long. Lovely. Yes, I really like that. Just took a bit longer, but it's actually a really nice brush. So I'm going to go in with the K03, which is like an angled bigger brush. I could have used this for bronzer as well. It would have been a bit bigger and maybe a bit quicker, but I always like this for blush, this kind of brush. So we're going to go in with the Clinique Cheek Pop in Melon Pop 08, one of my favorite brushes ever. I really want more. I think I have one on the way. Another one, I think I got Ginger Pop or something like that. Just blending that back from the bronzer and then forward onto the cheeks to give me a little bit of colour on the apples of my cheeks. As far as I'm at now, as I'm filming this, I don't think I really watched any horror movies recently. Did I? I can't remember. Oh no, I did. I watched The Lighthouse with Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe. It's a Robert Eggers or Edgar Wright. No, Edgar Wright is Shaun of the Dead. Robert Eggers did the Lighthouse and the Witch, which I quite enjoyed as well. Not really scary, it didn't scare me, but it was more tense. Same with the Lighthouse. The Lighthouse didn't scare me. It was weird though. It was a bit weird. Good weird. Beautiful. Like a beautifully shot movie, written really well, shot really well. It's all in black and white. And yeah, it was a fun time watching it. But I can't tell how much I actually enjoyed it, if that makes sense. Like I enjoyed it. But like it wasn't an enjoyable story, if that makes sense. That doesn't make any sense. I'm trying to say like I didn't feel good after watching it, but I think that was the point. You know what I mean? A bit like when I watched Midsommar. Actually, I really enjoyed Midsommar and I really enjoyed thinking about it afterwards. A bit like when I went to see The Joker. I wasn't comfortable watching that movie at all, but that was the point and I really enjoyed that fact. So yeah, it's not going to be for everyone. If you don't like horror movies, you're not going to like it, not even in a little bit. Can I just say as well, The Lighthouse has solidified my hope for Robert Pattinson, or my faith in Robert Pattinson to be a Batman. Because everyone is doubting him, and I'm like, you know what, we all doubted Heath Ledger, but look what happened there. I was always like, I'm not going to doubt him, but I'm going to remain neutral about it all. Now I'm kind of like, I'm excited. I'm very excited now to see him as Batman. So now I'm going to go in with a K05. This is the brush I'm most excited to use. It's like a really long tapered, super flimsy kind of brush and I love it. I'm also going to go in with my MAC Hyper Real highlighting palette. So you've got this icy blue kind of pinky shade and more of a champagne colour for paler skin. I have kept a little plastic thing because that's what has the names of each shade. But I'm going to go in with the centre one, which is called Get Lit. And the actual palette itself is called Get Lit. But yeah, that's I'm going to use the pinky shade to kind of go with these tones. They do have other ones. They've got like goldy ones, bronzy ones, and like pinky rosy gold ones as well, and a peachy one. So whatever you're into. Doesn't look like it's picking up a huge amount on this brush. This is not like a super sparkly kind of highlight. It's more of like a metallic sheen across the cheeks. So I like it. I will say this brush is not picking up a huge amount of product, and it's actually, I don't know if it's the highlighter or the brush. I'm getting a bit of hard pan, so I think that's the issue why I'm not getting a lot of product up. Again, I don't know if the brush is what's caused that. It is quite a soft highlight though, so I'm not really sure. I'd have to try this brush again, and I was really excited about this brush. I'll have to try it again and see if this one works with another kind of highlighter. But I wanted this kind of tone because it's a very soft duochrome. Very soft, but I really like it. Okay, so now I want quite a soft pastel-y lip, but I still want definition, so I am going to use liners with it. So I've just applied like whatever was left on the back of my sponge over my mouth just to knock down my natural kind of redness in my lip. And first liner I want to use is the NYX Pale Pink Lip Pencil. It's just a pale pink. And I'm going to just use this first, but I may use a slightly darker one to give me more definition. So you can see there, like it's really soft, but it does add a bit of colour, but I will use something more because that lipstick is quite pale. So I'm actually going to go in with Soar Lip Liner from MAC. It's like a pinky nudie brown. It's just going to give me a little bit extra definition, mostly just around the edges as well. Can you hear my stomach? Like I had dinner today and I'm starving again. Why? Okay, so let's see how this lip looks. Sometimes these get ready with me, sometimes the lip doesn't always go as well as it did in the face start. So just depends on the skin tone. So this is Seashell from NYX. It's one of their butter lipsticks. Oh yeah, I do like it. Oh yeah, I like that. Pretty. Let me go brush my hair because this is the finished look. Alrighty guys, so this is how I finish off the look. I popped on my jewellery because I forgot to. Shocked. Like seriously, I popped on earrings as well. These are really nice. Claire's and Claire's. Because, you know, it's just easy. It's right beside my job and I just usually pick up a few bits. And they usually have a sale on, so yeah. I really like how this look turned out. I think it actually does go very well with my face shirt, except it's just blended up higher towards my eyebrow than in the face shirt, but everything else is pretty much the same. I really like how it turned out. I'm loving that inner corner, that liquid shadow, oh my god. The brushes, I have them just here. I'm loving them so far. I definitely want to play with them a little bit more. The one I was most excited about, this one here that I use for highlight, I want to use that for a highlight that I know is quite intense, just to see how it applies it. And yeah, I'm excited to try out the foundation brush in probably my next time doing my makeup, which is, I think it's a 2 Lux 1 palette of some sort. And yeah, everything else I'm very happy with. The liner brush, it's quite small. It looks like it's fraying, but it's not. I just know it's because it's very small. The bristles are quite short on it, but I know when you're actually using it, it's not going to fray like that. I can already tell I have brushes like that. But yeah, blending brushes are fabulous. That powder brush was gorgeous actually, because that really set my makeup really quickly, really easy. It picked up a lot of product, but it placed a lot of product on the skin in a good way, like not in a way I can't control, in a good way. So I'm very happy with them. I'm very happy I bought them. I got them on sale. My birthday present to myself. Not the only one. I have many more because I have no self-control. But what can you do? This is what I buy. I buy makeup. So yeah, and hopefully a house soon. But I buy makeup right now. So if you did like this video, give me a big thumbs up down below. It's the quickest, simplest and easiest way to give me a little bit of support, get me around to more people, and also let me know you actually like the video so I'll do more Get Ready With Me's, because I love doing these. These are really fun. Also, don't forget to subscribe down below to see many more videos like this. I've got many tutorials. I do lots of stuff with palettes. I have so many palettes to get through and I'm already buying more. I'm a monster. I need help. Like, someone needs to seriously stop me. And also my color series and my collection videos, which I know in, when was it, May, I didn't do one. That's because I was back to work that week and it didn't happen that week. So I've pushed it forward a little bit. So the one that was supposed to be up in May is actually going up this month. Hopefully, depending on timing and all that kind of stuff, we're hoping. No. So anyway, they're going to go up. I just don't know when. Okay, I don't know when. Also, all pictures of this look will be in my Instagram, which is linked down below. I don't know when, but it will go up. Again, bear with me while I get used to being back in work and trying to film as well. And also leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this look, and also answering the questions I asked you. What are you up to? Is there anything exciting happening in your life? Did you buy new makeup in your life? Have you watched anything new? I want to know all the answers to those questions. So let me know down in the comments. And I will reply to you. I don't always reply to every single comment as a comment, but I usually do one big batch of replies at once. So yeah, I will see you in the next video, guys. Bye!